I just wanted to share my experience about the Every Woman's Marathon that happened this past Sunday in Scottsdale. It was my first marathon. I am so happy that it is over and done with. Training was brutal at some points. I really wanted to back out of it. There was a lot of things, but I did it. I got my shiny, shiny medal and just so proud of myself, honestly. But okay, let's talk about everything that happened. So I went to the shakeout run Saturday morning at Cartel Coffee. That was a little disorganized. They didn't say like how many miles we were gonna do. They was just like, we're gonna loop around Old Town and come back to Cartel. And then once we made that first loop, they were like, oh, you can keep going if you want to. And we were like, okay. Normally a shakeout run is usually like 2 miles maybe. So I did like 1 point whatever. And then after that, back at Cartel, they had free drip coffee as well as free chocolate protein for us, which was very delicious. So overall, that was cool. Met a couple of, saw a couple people from other running groups here in LA, which I just felt, like a little homey, even though I lived in Scottsdale, but I thought that was cool. And then after that, I went to the expo. The expo was really nice. It was super clean. It was well organized. Picking up my bib was not an issue. It went super fast. There wasn't even anyone waiting. They had plenty of people available with like your numbers and everything. It was just really, really well organized. Outside of getting your bib, there was different activations, of course, different photo ops, and they had yoga there, they had the merch there. You can meet different coaches, decorate your bib. I really enjoyed the experience. It was huge. Like, it was a really big outside experience. So obviously Sunday was the big race. And you had to be on the shuttles by 6 a.m. The lines were really long. I wish I would have got there a little bit earlier, but regardless, got on the shuttle, no problem. And then they took us over to Westworld where the start line was. There was a bunch of traffic. The race started as the shuttles were still pulling up. And then there was like not a start corral. Like you could just pretty much start wherever and just go. So I thought that was a little weird, but I didn't mind it because whatever, people are going to drop pace, increase pace, whatever. So that was the start of the race, going through Westworld. Overall, I didn't feel the course was difficult. I don't know if it's because I live in LA and have trained up and down these inclines and up and down these hills consistently, but I didn't feel that the course was difficult. I felt that it was pretty flat. Once we hit McDowell, there was a slight incline, but that was on the course map. So I didn't feel that it was a significant incline where I was like struggling or huffing and puffing or anything like that. I didn't particularly like the bike paths that we were running. It was a little congested because obviously you have to keep in mind that other people are around you, and going through the golf courses was a little odd. But yeah, I thought it was a good race overall. I managed to keep a good pace where I wanted. I wasn't focused on time because it was my first marathon, and I just wanted to enjoy the vibes and enjoy the scenery and really take in Scottsdale a little bit differently than I had, living there and driving through there. Running through a city is always very different and very, what's the word I'm looking for? Just makes you see it in a different perspective for sure. So I I enjoyed it. They have not said where next year is going to be. I don't know if I'll do next year. I don't know if I'm ever going to run a marathon again. Yeah, I just felt that it was a good experience. I'm not sure, of course it's Arizona heat, so it's like mile 13 is when the sun really came out. And mile 13 is also when I took that shot of Fireball. So I'm not sure if I was feeling the heat from the Fireball or the heat from the sun. It probably was a combination of both, but I just felt it was a good course. I would definitely run it again, without any hesitation, because I didn't feel that I was like struggling. If you did the Nike After Dark half marathon, that course I felt was much tougher than Scottsdale. So that's just me. I, again, am very happy with the outcome of the race, how everything was. The hydration was great. I didn't use their electrolytes because I had mine. But, it was, all of the volunteers were super friendly. They were encouraging. Every person on that course was so welcoming, and you could just feel the sisterhood because it was a woman-based marathon. You could feel, just the silent cheers, the nod, the smiles as you pass, the keep going. The girl and I who crossed the finish line together, that last mile, we were pushing each other. We were like, you better not stop running. And I told her, I was like, you better not stop running. We are crossing this finish line and we are running this last mile in. And I have seen so many videos and heard so many stories of people saying the exact same thing. And I think that that was an absolutely beautiful, beautiful experience. Basically, talk nice to me, okay? Talk nice to me. I am a marathoner. Talk nice to me. Bye.